Hello, everyone. Welcome back. In episode 2 of Evernight, we had some exploration of the Name Day Festival. Some of our individuals went around and saw kind of what the festival had to offer. Some people talked to each other. There were some shady characters there. And finally, both the queen and the princess spoke. And then chaos erupted when the ceremony was interrupted by people who seemed to quite dislike the royals, and they chose to set off a pyrotechnic display which ended up in the words liar being burned into the silks. And now we have episode 3. All right. So are you guys doing anything with that whole spectacle that just happened?
Does it seem like anyone's been injured? Is there any fire that's like falling on people, like pieces of fabric that are burning away?
Um at first, fabric seemed like it was about to start falling while burning, but it very quickly was controlled, and those pieces were basically like brought back up. Like it was very much contained pretty much immediately
Okay.
and turned into the word.
So no one's hurt. There's no threat of anyone getting hurt. The biggest loss we have is some silk in a princess's ego.
Damn.
I'll
Tell us
I'll
how you
take
really feel,
turns
Willoughby.
to
Um, Willa's just gonna leave. Like, what a waste of a festival, man. We don't know that the princess is the moon goddess. And like, fuck this, man.
Yeah,
Um
Corvus, not in a similar mindset, but similar train of thought of I'm gonna leave now.
all right. Um both of y'all roll perception check as you're heading out.
That is a 23.
17.
Okay. Um you're currently going against the crowd leaving. So you're definitely bumping into people as you're heading out. Um Willoughby, you feel someone trying to put something in your bag as you're leaving.
Cool. She has never been more unhappy than being in a crowd of people that are touching her. So, oh, that might be a really bad idea. Can I roll a wisdom save to see how agitated she is by being in a crowd of
Yes.
people touching her?
Absolutely.
Okay, and that
Give
you would
me a
call that
chance for you to roll bad. Absolutely.
I've been rolling really well this session.
I
So
notice.
why did I say that?
Womp womp.
What do you do?
So okay, in total that's an 11. It was a 4. So I'm not doing so great, is what I'm getting from that. So someone's trying to put something in her bag and touching her. She's casting inflict wounds.
Okay, great. Uh, roll a hit.
So that is a roll to hit,
Yep, roll the hit.
and that is a what's a 7 plus 6? 13. I don't know if a 13's gonna hit.
13. No, a 13 does hit.
Cool. I have to now roll 3d10. I'm kind of praying this doesn't do very well because I don't really want her to be committing a crime. But you know,
Willoughby's just gonna commit murder?
it's only 11
way.
points of damage, guys. It's fine. I rolled like shit on that.
Civilians
Okay.
have 5. Fun fact.
You're so lucky that using the NPC stat block that I had, I looked at the HP before you rolled to hit and went, that's too low. I need to up it. Because the stat block originally has 11 hit points.
Oh my god. Oh my
Okay,
god.
they wouldn't have died. They would have just been unconscious, and she's okay with that.
I mean, death saves, but
Well, that's not her problem. She's got
Anyway,
spirit.
still
She's got
would.
spirit of dying. They would have been fine.
I did decide that they did have more hit points than that before you rolled, meaning that they don't immediately drop unconscious. But they do, like, jolt back and drop what they were trying to put in your bag, which is a glass bottle.
Can Willa use her mage hand to pick that up?
It shattered.
Oh, damn.
Give me a dexterity save.
I'm bad at those. That was a nat 1.
Oh, no,
Damn.
absolutely not. It shatters completely. You get a piece of glass on your leg.
Wait,
It
but-
bounces up.
No.
No, I'm joking.
So, but the glass has liquid on it still.
Yeah.
Yeah, she cares more about the liquid than the bottle. She's still picking up a piece with her mage hand, not with her real hand. Ew, gross. But like,
Okay.
grab that. Look at the guy she just fucking wounded, and telepathically goes, "Do you want to try that again?"
Bolts into the crowd.
And then she'd leave.
Okay.
Also, I love that he's trying to put something in her bag like Mavka wouldn't bite his hand for trying. Yes, good. Thank you, Mav.
Does Mavka bite?
Yes, Mavka bites.
No. Did Mavka try and bite the guy when he went to go put the glass?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That hit.
Are we gonna kill this guy with a possum?
that last
piercing
one
damage. Possum bites only do 1 piercing damage, so it did not, but he also, like, that is one more reason why he dropped the bottle immediately and bolted.
Yeah, after all that, Willow would look down to her bag at Mavka and go, "Good girl," and then leave.
Okay, great.
I'm obsessed with the rabbit possum noises. They're perfect.
Thank you.
noises are killing me every time.
So, yeah, Willa, Corvus, and Nim are all basically going out the same exit.
Yeah.
Because Willa kind of got stopped up a little bit, Corvus and Nim are ahead of Willa.
Yeah. When Willoughby got stopped and that happened, was that a noticeable, like, someone jumping back, dropping a bottle onto the floor?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
he would also check his one little pouch just to make sure nobody tried to put shit in there.
You reach into your pouch and you find a glass bottle.
Fucking takes it, chucks it behind him, and checks Nim.
Nim also has a glass bottle in the
Yep.
pouch of the
Takes-
wheelchair.
Jesus Christ! Are they trying to frame just everyone in the crowd?
Absolutely. Yeah.
He takes out the one for Nim and chucks it too, and keeps going.
Nim rolled a nat 1 in noticing whether or not So there's actually 2 in there, but I'm sure you take both out.
Yeah.
If they're ahead of her, can Willa try to catch one of these with the mage hand?
Absolutely. Roll me a dex save.
I'd say could I make it sleight of hand, but it's the exact same effing roll. That's a 19. That is a cheesy 20.
Okay, yes, you absolutely catch one of them.
Cool. She would then put that in her bag. She actually doesn't super care about getting framed for this. She just didn't like someone touching her.
Yeah, we could have skipped a bunch of steps here.
If you just gave Willa a bottle, she'd be like, okay, but you touched her with
Okay.
her foot.
Yep, you do that. You put one of the bottles in your bag, and you're leaving.
Yep.
All right. Alfie and Meredith, what are you guys doing?
Oh, Alfie, I think would be able to put together. Someone tried to hand him a glass bottle, and then people threw glass bottles against a tower. Those were probably the same bottles. So,
yeah, Meredith is also starting to put things together and is incredibly uncomfortable and does not want to stay here anymore.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
so-
Alfie's solution there is they want to look into the crowd and see if they can see any of the people they saw before holding the bottles, like the hooded guy who tried to hand them before.
Currently, roll me a perception check.
And I'm gonna just roll a different one than I've rolled this whole session because all of those hated me.
Give it a try.
There we go. We
Oh.
just got to roll different ones. That's all it took. That's 23.
Okay.
Nice.
You look out. There is no one in those cloaks anymore.
They're
Oh.
gone. I bet they ran. We should go after them.
Go after who? What? Alfie, this is
The
not
bottle
our problem.
Well, don't you want to know?
Not particularly, no.
What's she a liar about?
Probably a lot of things. This is not our problem. This is not our responsibility. There are guards for this.
I didn't say it was. I don't think we need to go arrest them. I just want to know what's going on.
I'm sure that we will figure it out eventually. I just don't want to go necessarily looking for.
What do you
ideally
want
would like
to
to
do?
live.
I mean, sounds like the same activity to me.
Actively looking for someone and leaving, and not the.
Can do it while we leave.
Meredith is just going to try and scan and see if there's an exit somewhere and head that way.
The marketplace kind of leads all to one large entrance and exits. In general, the alleyways are blocked off at the ends of them by other buildings.
Okay.
So you have the one main entrance and exit to go to.
Yeah, then Meredith is just gonna pick one and start leaving.
Alfie's going with her.
All right. Roll me some perception checks.
Yeah, because along
I
the way, he's
swear.
looking for the bottle.
If I end up with a glass bottle and I end up arrested, I'm coming to Canada and I'm coming to get your ass.
I just needed a different
Oh,
die.
thank
This is
fucking
doing me
God.
so much better. 25.
Okay.
10.
So Alfie, you feel someone putting something in your bag.
Guess I'm booking a flight to Canada.
So as they feel someone going to put something in their bag, they reach around and grab that person's arm.
Yeah. I will say with the 25, you see this is happening several times to several different people. Like there is at least like 12 people in the crowd right now that seem to have just satchels full of these bottles that are putting them anywhere they can.
Okay, yeah. So I reach
And
around
so
and I
you
just grab the guy's arm.
Okay. So the person that is doing this is the iridescent skinned Genasi that was talking to Nim earlier. So long blue hair, deep skin, iridescent, not wearing the cloak anymore. And just pauses when you her arm.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Well, you just put something in my bag.
Sorry, I must have tripped.
That makes no sense. Why are you all putting things in people's bags?
What do you mean?
Well, all of you using his other hand. He's still got her wrist. And it's like, well, you're all putting stuff in people's bags.
Oh, I don't know them.
Then why were you putting stuff in my bag?
Insight check? What the fuck?
Do I
know
even
that's a
do I
lie.
need to
But, like,
insight check? That felt like a really bad lie. I will.
seriously.
Do
Okay. Insight checks again.
that was a nat 20. For a 24.
Insight is a lot. Dirty 20.
I have no idea who these people are. They got a nat 1. You guys can tell this is an absolute lie immediately. But as soon as kind of they can tell on your faces that this is not going their way, they're going to try and pull their arm out of your grip.
I'm not gonna
calling for a
try
guard.
not to let them.
That was it. What is your do a strength check for me?
I'm not as good at strength. I'm a monk. I do dex things. That was bad.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's 7.
Yeah, no, so they got an 18 to pull their arm out of your grasp.
Can I try and, like, seeing them break free, can I try and snag them as I'm calling for a guard?
Dex check. Opposing dex check.
We're gonna get a different die.
So you said I noticed that people all around us were also doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna let Arin finish doing their thing, and then I have a thing I want to do.
19.
They rolled a nat 20.
What the fuck?
So no.
Jesus Christ.
Nat 20 for a 21, so it's not exactly like super stealthy.
Yeah.
It is just a nope, and ducks into the crowd.
So
You did
you
get
said I
guards'
saw other
attention, though.
people.
You did get a guard's attention, and they are coming towards you. What are you asking about the other people?
Yeah. While Meredith is trying to catch that girl I just let go, I want to try and approach one of the other people I saw doing it.
Okay.
Not try and grab them, just approach one.
As you approach, you hear a single sharp whistle. And like that seems to be unbelievably loud. And everyone that seemed to have satchels of those round flasks kind of become more alert and stop what they're doing basically immediately and start blending with the crowd trying to leave. But
Can I
you
try and
still
follow?
approached one. Like you got to one before. They're just gonna turn and try and walk away as you talk to them.
Can I follow them?
Yeah, absolutely. Meredith, are you staying put?
Yeah, I called over a guard. I need to try and talk to them. I am trying to keep an eye on Alfie because what the fuck, bro? But
Alfie is leaving.
Alfie, where are you going? Just fucking.
So, you called over a guard, youngish guy, dark skin, hair in a ponytail at the back of their head. Approach.
You're not gonna let me gaslight him?
No.
That was my favorite part of our last try.
No,
Aaron.
no, this is going differently this time. This is Eric. Listen, you guys still have the chance to meet John. You guys can meet John again, John Ramos. So yeah, a young guy approaches. Yes.
That's not Meredith's voice. That was incorrect. There was someone who was putting things in our bags. They ran when my friend caught them. They were Genasi. They had iridescent skin and blue hair. They were putting bottles in our bags.
May I search your bag?
She doesn't carry a bag. She literally doesn't have a bag on her. It's just her. So if it's in her pockets, sure, but she doesn't have a bag.
May I search your pockets then?
Yes, I don't know if I have one. They took off. I don't know where my friend went.
He's gonna search your pockets. And he's
Fucking
gonna
go
find
for
one
it.
of the bottles.
Of course he is.
You got a 10. What do you want from me?
I know. I'm not arguing this point.
So, I'm sorry, ma'am. Until your story can be verified, we need to take you into custody.
There are other people doing this. What do you mean?
And we will be detaining anyone that we find with one of these bottles that were used in a terrorist attack.
Almost everyone. Meredith doesn't know that. Why would it make sense for me to call you over if I had done something?
I am not sure what your motivations are. All I know is that we have orders to detain anyone that is found with one of these bottles.
Fine.
Okay. Gonna take your hands, put them behind your back, handcuff.
Meredith is still searching the crowd for Elfie because what the fuck?
And it's going to go take you to a group of other people that have also been detained, that are being watched over by a different guard, that are sitting on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And he's gonna say, please sit here.
Yeah,
You sit down.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to check something, but I can't.
Okay. Yeah, Alfie, you follow the person that you are approaching. It's a very tall person, purple skin. One hand is white entirely. Has kind of like a dark gray hair. Hoofing it.
Yeah, I just want to follow them through the crowd. I'm curious to see where they're going.
Okay. Yeah, you follow them. They leave the market area. How far do you follow them? Do you follow them all the way?
I don't know. How far are they going?
Yeah. They start heading towards. You don't know the city at all. You have no idea where they're going, actually.
Yeah, Elsie's not trying to be particularly stealthy either, like not trying to not let the person know that they're following them.
Okay. Buddy, you sure did roll a natural 1 at noticing this person. So, yeah, no, you're just gonna keep. They're not gonna notice you.
Alfie's got nothing better to do, and that was really weird, and they like knowing stuff. It was
Doesn't
interesting.
realize that Meredith has been arrested. Great.
Nope.
Yep.
Not
Heads
at all.
towards the outskirts of town. Basically just like immediately is heading out of town. Joins up like 3 other people, kind of congregate around the same person.
I'm gonna approach them.
All right. Send off to Alfie. We're gonna prepare your funeral rites. Let's go.
Okay. You sure are doing this. All right. So 3 people, along with the one that you were following with the dark gray hair, is there's one that is a halfling, with brown hair, 2 buns on top of their head. One is another tiefling. This one is with pink skin and long black hair. And the third one is a half orc. So green skin, black crew cut hair with like a streak of white right around the temple. They've all kind of paused and are just kind of checking in with each other. Like, got rid of the cloak, right? Yeah, I did. And the other group, they're meeting. They're going east, right? Yeah. Okay. Like, you can kind of overhear this little bit of conversation as you approach. The halfling is the one that notices you first, and kind of just like hits the 2 people next to her in the shin very hard, and just shh! And turns towards you.
Hi.
Hi.
I think a friend of yours left this behind and offers out the bottle.
No.
Oh, she slipped it right into my bag, and I went to ask her about it, and she ran away.
That's weird. We don't know anything about these bottles. Weren't
Oh, that's
those used
strange.
in the terror attack?
I don't know, but I saw him, and pointing to the guy I was following, he was doing it as well. So I figured you might want it back.
Might want to get rid of that. People are going to get suspicious.
So then wouldn't it be suspicious that you were putting them in people's bags?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I think you should leave.
I'm gonna insight check that. That was a fantastic roll. I love this die. 23.
You definitely should leave. Got that much from this conversation is, yep, no, you should leave.
Alfie places the bottle at their feet, turns around, and starts walking away.
You hear within a few seconds the glass shattering. And then
Alfie,
you hear an actually strangely familiar voice saying, well, thank God they went away. That person that offered you the bottle the first time.
So Alfie is going to like round a corner and turn into a mouse. Or a rat. I'm going with a rat.
Okay.
So Alfie wild shapes into a rat
Yep.
and trots back around the corner.
Okay.
And is hovering around the wall and goes back to listening.
All right, we're gonna get back to that. Corvus and Willoughby, where are you guys heading?
Willoughby's following Corvus, partially because that was a lot of bottles. That was a lot of bottles that got stuck in his and Nim's bags. And also because the options are follow this pseudo friend and Corvus. The pseudo friend is Nim, not Corvus.
Yeah.
The pseudo friend and Corvus, or like go home. And neither of these options are great options, frankly. Like neither of these are particularly appealing to her. So follow the pseudo friend, and if pseudo friend tells her to get fucked, go home.
Okay. Are you
I
trying to
don't-
be stealthy at all?
Oh no.
No. Okay.
I don't
Then-
think Corvus is going home yet.
I doubted it.
Yeah, no.
Where are you guys going?
He would have left the main area where everything was happening and just wanted to get a little bit farther away from the chaos of everything.
Mhm.
So just a couple minutes down the street.
Okay.
Just get away. That was a lot. And he's not super thrilled that there were more than just one bottle
Mm-hmm.
in his and Nim's possession.
Yep. And so, is there a particular place that you stop?
I think wherever there is just another area that people would gather. Maybe
There's a
not
cafe with an outdoor patio area.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Do you take a seat?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Nim
Yeah.
pushes one of the chairs away so that they can also sit at the table.
I think Willa, being the socially awkward nightmare that she is, would also take a seat, assuming that they are aware of her presence and not necessarily against it.
Nim looks over at Willoughby. Hey again.
Hi. So, she uses her mage hand to put the bottle on the table. What do we think these are?
Probably something that helped lit the fires.
I'm gonna guess right now that those are treason. So you might want
That
to get rid of.
too.
Yeah.
Oh. She picks it up with her mage hand and just kind of sends her mage hand far enough away that it's not necessarily directly tied to her. It's just a floating hand with a bottle. Magic can't commit treason, so...
It was more or less any of the gods seeing us with it.
Oh, well, now it's not with us.
With everything that just happened, I wouldn't be surprised if they still tried to tie that to us.
I might put it in a bag.
No,
Or
because a
in-
bag is having possession, a magic spectral hand that is 30 feet away from us that I can dismiss at will can't be directly tied to us.
I think a floating hand holding a bottle, though, is something that would draw attention. So maybe just have the hand put the bottle down somewhere. Or go into an alleyway. Or if you could hold the whole hand and bottle invisible, that would be great.
So, because she has mage hand through her telekinetic feet, she can turn the hand invisible.
Can she turn the bottle invisible with the hand?
It doesn't necessarily say that she can or cannot. It's manipulate an object, slow or retrieve an open container, pour the contents out of a vial. It doesn't say I can make it invisible. But again, she's not super worried about the bottle being tied to them. she's fine with the bottle being found. But there's nothing that's going to connect a group of 3 random people having a conversation to one floating bottle, particularly if it's 30 feet away from them.
Yes, it is just a floating bottle that will draw suspicion.
She doesn't care about drawing suspicion. She doesn't look suspicious. She is a 5'2" Kalashtar who doesn't speak.
Okay. So, yeah, you,
She would turn the hand invisible and put the bottle down in like a planter or something, so it's not immediately visible, but still technically in her possession.
great. That is all that Nim was asking for.
Great. Yeah. Treason seems like a very hefty charge to level for calling the royals what they are. I think she's linked to Nim. I don't think she's linked to Corvus. I think what she's
Yeah.
doing is she's rapidly switching between the two. So, like,
Love
we'll say
it.
something to Nim and then switch to Corvus and say the same thing so that they both know what she's saying, because she cannot currently
it.
tell everyone.
I think it's less of calling them a liar and more so, in a way, threatening and or attacking the royal family.
Is it an attack if no one gets hurt?
It was still a threat.
It was a demonstration.
The gods will view it as a threat.
The guards will view a mouse as a threat.
Or a
Exactly.
rat. Yeah, no one said that the guards were reasonable people, but that still doesn't mean that this whole thing should have happened.
No. But it did get the princess out of having to demonstrate her magic. We don't really have an answer on whether or not she's the moon goddess. So really, the treason was helpful for the royal family in the case that they are liars. We can't confirm or deny whether or not she is the moon goddess, and most people will de facto believe she is. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this was the idea of the palace. It'd be a very smart idea. Which means it probably isn't their idea.
Nim at this point is just intensely making eye contact with Corvus. And is just trying so hard to keep a straight face.
Is there a particular reason you're staring at me?
Nope.
You're a terrible liar.
Shh. If you don't point it out.
It's plainly obvious.
Shh. I'm just uncomfortable. When I'm uncomfortable, I stare at things.
Why are you uncomfortable? Am I making you uncomfortable?
Not like super terribly. The situation makes me uncomfortable.
I'd ask what part, but I have the sense that I may have overstepped some boundaries.
I don't particularly care one way or another about the royal family. Their business is their business, whatever that entails, and sure, they no longer have to prove the fact that their princess is the moon goddess. However, that was it's a very big display. And the fact that they were actively trying to get everyone involved is not something I'm particularly pleased about.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
That was a lot of work when they could have just done what they needed to and left.
I think I understand why they did that, though. I mean, if everyone in the city has a bottle, then no one has committed treason. Treason is something that one person does. If it's the entire city, one, you can't find who threw them because clearly not everyone threw a bottle, which means that it would be very difficult to find the people who did, especially if they kept a bottle on themselves, at least one, because if everyone has one, then everyone is equally guilty, which
But
they can't put...
if everyone only had one bottle, then giving everybody one bottle wouldn't make sense.
No, sorry, I didn't explain that clearly. The people who threw the bottles, who started this event, if they had distributed the bottles to each person in that crowd and also kept one on them, then the guards would have absolutely no idea who threw a bottle and who didn't. Everyone would be perceived equally as guilty, and therefore no one is guilty, because not everyone threw a bottle, and there is evidence to that, but everyone has one, which means that everyone who threw one must have left even if they didn't. But I have the sense that that's not what they would have thought to do.
So are we actually safer if we would have had a bottle?
Well, I'm hedging that bet right now. That's why I have one off to the side. If I am safe for having a bottle, I have one. If I'm not safe for having a bottle, I don't have one. Also, I'd like to test it.
Test what?
What's in the bottle?
Ooh, do you like potions?
No, but I have a friend who does.
Who? I know most alchemists around here.
Oh, he's not an alchemist.
Oh.
Sorry.
And who?
A friend.
Is this the same friend that gave you a possum?
No.
Huh. But I have equipment to test it.
Do you have any sort of vial on you? I could have my hand pour some in.
Oh, I always have some.
I don't know how to get your vial into that planter. I only have the one. Oh, wait, duh. She releases the bottle in the planter. Obviously, it's on a surface, and then would go over and have the little hand grab a vial, and then go over and then pour it.
Okay. That's amazing.
It's a very clear solution there. Just put down the bottle.
And now Nim has a sample.
Mhm.
Nifty. And is gonna put that back in her bag.
I wonder how the satyr's holding up. I don't know if he was smart enough to realize he shouldn't have a bottle.
Still haven't met the satyr.
Well, this has been interesting. I'm gonna go home.
Okay.
All right.
If you ever do need potions or anything like that, I have a little shop that you can come find.
Okay.
It's just Nim's potion shop. That's the whole name.
Okay.
Okay.
It was lovely meeting both of you.
Bye.
And Willa is not going home. Willa's going back because now she really does need to know whether or not hedging her bets here was a smart idea. Like, is everyone arrested? Is no one arrested? Then what's going on? Like, she needs to know if her plan was right. Which, no, she doesn't, but she does.
Okay. Um,
Also low key, so
so
someone can help Meredith, because Meredith is
Yeah.
handcuffed, and Meredith's buddy is a rat somewhere. So like, thought we were buddy systeming the party, but no, one turned into a
No.
rat.
Listen, Alfie wants to know what's going on, which, like, kudos to him. Meredith is just a little bit dumb.
one turned
Meredith
into
is
a
our-
rat and is going after a plot line that I thought wouldn't be poked at for, several more episodes. So this is super fun for me.
You didn't think that we would poke at the plot line of why are you putting shit in my bag?
No, of the people specifically. The people specifically.
Oh, well.
Listen,
Meredith
Willa
is
just
our
beat
whole
one of them up with magic and was like, that's it, now you're warned. Now you know better.
So Willa goes back towards the marketplace. Do you keep the bottle 30 feet behind you with an invisible mage hand?
Yes.
Okay. At one point, it gets noticed floating.
Fair.
And one of the guards go, isn't that one of the bottles that was just used? And the guard goes, I believe so. I couldn't tell you why it's floating that.
Willa is going to mind link with that guy without even fucking looking at him. Because if
Oh,
she's 30
no.
feet,
Here we go.
Oh no!
What do you do?
she's gonna mind link with him and just go, I wouldn't touch it. This one's particularly cursed.
He just kind of stares at the bottle and very much does the I don't get paid enough for this shit. And just kind of goes, I think we should just leave it. And the other guard just goes, what? Okay. They just keep heading off in the direction that they were going in.
Great. She's still going back towards the market.
Yep.
Didn't realize how easy telepathy makes it to fuck with people.
It's so easy. Fun fact, that guard assumed it was the bottle telling him that. He went,
This
oh.
is another thing. Telepathic ventriloquism, apparently.
So,
Could
you go back.
I have a question? Could you use Mage Hand to manipulate a puppet's mouth? Because if so, telepathic puppetry would be so cool. I'm a nightmare to have as a player.
You couldn't put on a puppet show, though, because you can only telepathy into one person's head.
I have no idea what you just said because I'm still having a breakdown. What did you say, Crow?
Taking apart the puppet show idea.
Oh, the puppet show idea.